The scattered thoughts, the endless distractions, are not harmless habits. They are the subtle thieves of destiny, the unseen forces that chip away at your potential piece by piece. They creep into your life quietly, disguising themselves as ordinary moments of wandering attention. Yet they sabotage the very foundation upon which your future must be built. The great minds of history did not rise by accident. They rose because they learned to silence these internal saboteurs and command their thoughts with purpose. The world does not reward confusion. It rewards the one who can bring order to his mind, who can separate what is trivial from what is essential, and who can stand before life with the clarity of a man who knows where he is going. Confusion dilutes power. Clarity concentrates it. When your mind becomes a laser, your life becomes a force. Force yourself to organize your life. For no man in the pursuit of greatness can wait for inspiration to arrive like a wandering guest. Motivation is unreliable, but discipline is constant. Build the structure first, and motivation will follow like a servant. When you impose order upon your days, you awaken the hidden reservoirs of strength lying dormant within you. The power you seek does not arise from random bursts of effort, those momentary flashes of enthusiasm that disappear as quickly as they appear. Power is born from steady, methodical, intentional action. Action performed even when the heart is weary and the mind resists. Structure turns effort into achievement. Consistency turns small actions into monumental results. You cannot climb mountains while your mind is drowning in disorder. Every inconsistency becomes a stone tied to your ankle. Every distraction becomes a storm cloud blocking your ascent. The heights of achievement demand a mind that is free, disciplined, and directed. Begin small. Organize your space, for your environment influences your thoughts more than you realize. Organize your time, for wasted hours compound into wasted years. Organize your thoughts, for they are the architects of your destiny. Each small act of order strengthens your command over yourself. Each act of order strengthens your control over destiny. With every drawer you straighten, every schedule you create, every plan you complete, you are shaping not just your environment, but your character. The man who masters his habits masters his fate. When you master your routine, you master your reality. Routine is the invisible framework upon which empires are built. It is the silent engineer of achievement, the daily rhythm that aligns your actions with your ambitions. Understand this truth. Disorganized people dream, but organized people achieve. Dreams are seeds, but order is the soil in which they grow. Without structure, vision becomes fantasy. The difference between a struggler and a conqueror is not talent, but system. Many talented men have lived and died with their gifts still buried inside them, because they lacked the order required to transform possibility into power. When your days are planned, your goals prioritized, and your environment crafted to support your mission, you become unstoppable. Your energy is no longer wasted in 1,000 directions. It is channeled, focused, and directed toward one purpose. The weak wait for inspiration, hoping for the perfect moment, the perfect mood. But the strong understand that systems create inspiration, just as discipline creates strength. Greatness is not born from feeling, it is born from doing. Force yourself to plan. A plan is the blueprint of power. Without it, you wander. With it, you build. Force yourself to act on schedule. A man who cannot keep an appointment with himself cannot keep an appointment with destiny. Force yourself to maintain order when your emotions resist it. Emotions are temporary. Discipline is eternal. When you act against your feelings, you prove that you, not your moods, are in command. Every time you conquer laziness with structure, you sharpen your edge. You become harder, clearer, stronger. You become a weapon forged in the fires of self-control. Every time you bring order to chaos, you elevate your power. Chaos weakens, but order strengthens. Chaos scatters, but order concentrates. Success belongs to the one who can command himself. The man who masters his impulses, organizes his thoughts, and directs his time becomes the master of his fate. Do not mistake freedom for lack of control. True freedom comes not from doing whatever you wish, but from having the discipline to do what is required. Real freedom is the result of absolute order. It is the calm that comes from knowing your life is guided by clear intention, rather than tossed by the winds of impulse. When your life is organized, you move with calm confidence. You walk with purpose instead of wandering blindly through your days. You think clearly, act precisely, and live intentionally. Every decision becomes sharpened. Every action becomes meaningful. The scattered man loses years, chasing fragments of his own energy. His life becomes a collection of incomplete tasks and forgotten ambitions. The organized man compresses decades into days. His productivity multiplies because his attention is not diluted. His time becomes a tool, not a trap. So rise and rebuild your order. Order is not found, it is created, and it must be created by you. Clear the mess both outside and inside. A clean space clears the mind. A clean mind clears the path. Create routines so strong that failure becomes impossible. Build habits that protect your progress even when your motivation fades. Control your time before it controls you. Time is a servant to the disciplined and a tyrant to the disorganized. Do what you must, not what you feel. Feelings change. Duty remains. Because when you force yourself to organize your life, you stop surviving and start conquering. You step out of the fog of confusion and into the clarity of purpose. The power to dominate your destiny begins the moment you bring structure to your chaos and refuse to let even one corner of your life remain unmanaged. Chaos kills progress. Order multiplies it. Every minute spent in confusion is a minute stolen from your future. The undisciplined mind is a battlefield where dreams are slaughtered by distractions. Your potential is not defeated by circumstance, but by the chaos you allow within. Every time you let your day slip into disorder, you pay for it later with regret. Every time confusion takes control, a part of your future dies quietly. Success cannot breathe in chaos. It suffocates in clutter, in scattered thoughts and wasted hours. If you want power, clarity, and growth, you must first bring order to your life. Order is the foundation upon which strength is built. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but now. Readiness is a myth. Action is the truth. Because every second you live without structure is a second stolen from your destiny. Time is both your greatest asset and your greatest threat. Look around you. The people who rise, the ones whose names become synonymous with progress and achievement, are not always the most gifted. Many possess no extraordinary talent, no special advantage. Their power comes from something far simpler and far more attainable: order. They build systems where others rely on hope. They create structure where others trust chance. They understand that greatness grows in the soil of organization. They know what they must do, when they must do it, and how it must be done. Their clarity shields them from distraction. Their structure protects their purpose. They do not wander through their days hoping for results. They carve results out of time with deliberate intention. They plan their day. They guard their time like a treasure buried beneath their purpose. They protect their focus with the intensity of a warrior defending his fortress. They understand that each minute must be given direction, or it will be stolen by distraction. Meanwhile, those who drift through life believing things will somehow work out, those who trust luck instead of structure, are crushed beneath the weight of their own disorganization. Their dreams remain dreams, not because the dreams are impossible, but because the dreamer never built the order required to bring them into reality. The truth is painful, but it is simple. You either organize your life, or your disorganization organizes your failure. Chaos is not passive. It takes control the moment you release it. Order is not a small habit. It is the foundation upon which every achievement stands. Without order, even the greatest vision collapses under the weight of inconsistency. You cannot rise with a mind trapped in disorder. You cannot think clearly in a room of chaos. Your environment speaks to your subconscious. Disorder whispers confusion. Order whispers strength. You cannot dream big in a schedule filled with noise. Your ambitions suffocate when every hour is consumed by distractions masquerading as responsibilities. And you cannot rise when your days are spent reacting instead of directing. A life without structure is a life lived on defense. To rise, you must step into offense. Structure gives power. It turns scattered effort into strategic progress. It transforms random motion into momentum. It turns effort into measurable results, because a disciplined plan turns even small actions into powerful outcomes. It transforms scattered energy into unstoppable momentum. Energy that is focused becomes power. Energy that is scattered becomes exhaustion. When you know what matters and act on it daily, your life becomes a force of precision. You no longer guess. You no longer drift. You move with intention. Discipline is the bridge between chaos and control. It is the invisible architecture of achievement. It transforms desire into action and action into results. You must train yourself to command your actions even when your emotions rebel. Emotions are fickle. Discipline is loyal. The lazy voice in your mind that whispers, "I'll do it later," is the same voice that steals potential. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes never. You silence it not by negotiation, but by decisive action. You act immediately, relentlessly, with the confidence of someone who understands that hesitation is the enemy of progress. Every time you rise against your own resistance, you expand your power. Each time you act despite discomfort, you carve another piece of strength into your character. The man who directs his time directs his fate. Time is the raw material of destiny. You cannot build an empire on a foundation of cluttered thoughts and half-completed tasks. Every empire, whether of wealth, character, or purpose, requires order. Every great mind, every leader, every architect of success you admire, built their greatness on structure. They did not wait for inspiration. They created systems that produced it. They planned their days with intention. They controlled their environment with purpose. They moved with deliberate focus, understanding that small disciplines shape great destinies. Consistency breeds power. Passion may light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning long after excitement fades. Order sustains you when emotion disappears. It's not about perfection. It's about precision, doing what must be done, exactly when it must be done. Ask yourself, how much time has disorganization stolen from you? How many opportunities slipped away because you were unprepared? How many moments of potential vanished because your focus was scattered? You cannot win battles when your sword is misplaced. Preparation is not optional, it is essential. You cannot achieve greatness when your mind is cluttered. Thought must be sharp, not buried under trivial details. The unorganized person is always one step behind, not because he lacks talent, but because he lacks readiness. The future favors the prepared. Force yourself to take control. Life does not wait for you. Opportunity does not pause while you get your life in order. Organize your surroundings until they reflect clarity. Your environment is a declaration of your mindset. A clean space is not about aesthetics. It is a signal to your brain that you are in command. Order outside creates order inside. Plan your day before the day begins. If you do not lead your hours, they will lead you. Make structure your shield against procrastination. A man with a plan is harder for weakness to defeat. When you live by design, not by default, you become unshakable. You stop drifting and start directing. Your priorities align. Your purpose sharpens. Your days gain rhythm and meaning. That rhythm, the steady march of order, is the engine behind extraordinary achievement. The ordinary becomes powerful through consistency. Do not underestimate the power of small, organized habits. The smallest disciplines shape the strongest lives. Waking up on time, maintaining a written plan, completing what you start. These simple actions forge extraordinary outcomes. Each day of order reinforces self-respect. Confidence grows from consistency. Each moment of structure sharpens your mind. A trained mind becomes a powerful mind. You stop reacting to life and start commanding it. You become the architect of your destiny. The disorganized live in constant stress, a storm of unfinished tasks and forgotten intentions. But order brings peace. Clarity creates confidence. Precision strengthens power. Suddenly, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You are the creator of circumstance. That is the true miracle of order. It makes you master of your moments. A man who controls his moments controls his life. There will be resistance. The mind prefers comfort. Old habits will fight you. Emotions will tempt you. But you must force yourself. Order is forged in discomfort. Discipline grows in struggle. Every time you choose structure over impulse, you build strength. Every time you plan and execute, you declare mastery over yourself. That is how power grows, one disciplined action at a time. Every time you surrender to chaos, every time you allow distractions to dictate your hours, you surrender a piece of your own potential. Chaos does not merely waste time, it steals destiny. It creeps into your life silently, unnoticed, until the life you could have lived has been consumed by indecision, confusion, and wasted energy. Order, on the other hand, multiplies energy. sharpens focus, and accelerates growth. It is the hidden language of achievement. The difference between the struggler and the conqueror is not talent. It is not luck. It is not even intelligence. It is the system they build for themselves, the routines, the habits, the discipline that converts effort into results. Success is created when execution aligns with intention. Without it, ambition is mere noise. So stand up and take charge. Do not allow another day to slip through the fingers of disorder. Take command of your mind, your space, your habits, your mission. Build systems so strong that no temptation, no distraction, no unforeseen event can topple them. When you control your time, you control your life. When you bring order to chaos, you bring purpose to existence. Disorder kills progress. Order multiplies it. And the moment you understand this, embrace it, and live by it, nothing on earth can prevent your rise. Discipline is the foundation of power. Without it, talent rusts, potential fades, and dreams crumble under the weight of inconsistency. Every strong man, every victorious soul, every story of greatness begins with one immutable truth. Discipline decides destiny. Discipline is the invisible force that turns weak intentions into unstoppable action. You can wish, hope, or dream as long as you like, but without discipline, your desires remain trapped beneath excuses. Discipline is not a word, it is a weapon, a tool wielded by those who refuse to be ordinary. It separates those who achieve from those who almost did. Nothing in life bends to the lazy. The world does not reward those who wait for the perfect mood, the ideal moment, or the fleeting spark of motivation. Power belongs to the man who shows up when it is hard, who moves forward when his mind screams to stop. That is the essence of discipline, doing what must be done even when every instinct rebels. It is easy to work when inspired, anyone can do that. But true strength is revealed when action is taken in the absence of feeling. When your body is fatigued, your emotions heavy, yet you rise anyway. That is when power is forged. Discipline commands respect first from yourself, then from the world. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, even a small one, you build trust in your own word. Each time you resist weakness, you forge another link in the chain of strength holding your life together. Discipline is the quiet architect behind every victory. It does not seek applause. It works silently, transforming chaos into control, potential into progress. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack order. They live by impulse, by emotion, and surrender their power to circumstance. Discipline teaches that emotions are temporary, but commitment is eternal. You cannot build empires on comfort. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Discipline is the cure. Train your mind to obey you. Discipline begins in thought before it touches action. When the alarm rings and your mind whispers, 5 more minutes, you silence it. When your body aches and your goals feel distant, you silence it. Each time you resist, each time you rise, you grow stronger. Greatness is earned by the disciplined, not given to the emotional. Discipline is freedom disguised as restriction. It may look like control, but it is liberation. The man who cannot control himself is a slave to laziness, fear, and distraction. The man who commands his mind, habits, and time is unstoppable. When you live with discipline, you are no longer pulled by temptation. You are guided by purpose. Peace follows because your path is clear. You waste no time. Every moment serves your mission. That is true freedom. Not doing what you want, but mastering the strength to do what you must. There is no shortcut to greatness. Every success story you admire rests on the same foundation: relentless discipline. The athlete trains long after others rest. The builder works through fatigue. The visionary remains focused while the world is distracted. They are not superhuman, they are consistent. They understand that repetition builds reputation, and steady effort builds unshakable results. Discipline transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. When you live with discipline, your vision expands. You no longer chase fleeting rewards, you invest in long-term power. You stop reacting and begin directing. You stop asking, "Can I?" and start declaring, "I will." Your time becomes sacred, your actions deliberate, your energy precious. The undisciplined waste their strength on trivialities. The disciplined invest it where it matters most, on what builds empires. Consistency is the secret, not perfection. You will stumble, you will fail. But discipline teaches you to rise again without hesitation. Every failure becomes feedback. Every obstacle becomes training. Discipline hardens the spirit and sharpens focus. It immunizes against excuses, weakness, and indecision. The more you practice it, the more you realize discipline is not punishment, it is preparation. Every early morning, every hard choice, every sacrifice strengthens your character, control, and confidence. When discipline becomes habit, motivation is no longer required. You act because movement has become your nature. You obey purpose, not emotion. That is when you become formidable. That is when your life becomes unstoppable. Force yourself to be disciplined. No one will do it for you. Life will not hand success to the soft-hearted. It is claimed only by those who demand it through consistency. Eliminate distractions. Organize your time. Build habits that reinforce your mission. Keep your word, even when no one watches. Be your own commander. Discipline is not merely the foundation of power. It is power itself. When possessed, it allows you to achieve anything, overcome everything, and move through life unshakable. Every minute spent in disorder delays your dreams. Time is the most ruthless currency. It does not pause. It does not refund wasted moments. Every second spent distracted, every hour lost to chaos, every day without structure quietly robs your future. You may not see it, but it is happening. Dreams grow colder. Purpose fades. Potential suffocates beneath the weight of disorganization. Every second in chaos moves your destiny further from reach, and worst of all, those seconds are gone forever. Disorder is a silent killer. It is patient, insidious, and relentless. One postponed task becomes two. One unfulfilled goal becomes a habit. Soon you wake surrounded by unfinished plans and lost time. You blame circumstances, but the enemy is within. Lack of structure, failure to prioritize, and the acceptance of confusion. These are the true reasons dreams remain dreams. Every minute without direction adds another brick to the wall between you and your destiny. Disorder is weakness disguised as comfort. It makes you feel busy while achieving nothing. It keeps you moving without progress. It masks idleness with activity. The difference between those who succeed and those who only dream is structure. The organized mind turns time into a tool. The disorganized mind turns time into a tyrant. Every dream demands a price. That price is discipline. You cannot clutch your vision while clutching chaos. You cannot construct a future while your focus scatters. You must command your schedule, your space, your thoughts. Every minute mastered is a step closer. Every minute lost pushes the goal away. Time respects order. It yields only to those who plan, protect, and execute with precision. Begin with your space. Clean it. Simplify it. Make it reflect clarity. Let your surroundings mirror the mind you wish to command. A tidy desk, a well-ordered room, a clear path. These are not mere aesthetics. They are signals to your subconscious that you are in control. Then move to your time. Plan your days before they begin. Protect your mornings. End your nights with review. Live by design, not by accident. Align your energy with your purpose and watch wasted minutes transform into milestones of achievement. Every second matters. Every choice matters. Every act of discipline compounds. The same 24 hours that can create a millionaire can also destroy potential, depending on how you wield them. Use your minutes as soldiers in the campaign of your life, each one sent into battle with intention. Surrender them to chaos, and you surrender your future. Guard them with order, and you gain mastery over your destiny. From this moment forward, let no minute be wasted. Transform chaos into control, confusion into clarity, hesitation into execution. Command your mind, your habits, and your environment. Protect your focus as fiercely as you protect your life. For when you master your time, you master your life. When your life is in order, your dreams no longer linger, they arrive. Your environment reflects your inner world. Clean one, strengthen the other. Disorganization breeds distraction, drains energy, and suffocates progress. Organization fuels clarity, focus, and unstoppable momentum. Begin with your space, and the rest will follow. Every act of order inside and outside creates alignment. Every habit of structure builds strength. Every disciplined action compounds into power. Order your thoughts. Order your space. Order your actions. Discipline your hours as if they were diamonds, for they are the currency of greatness. From this foundation, you become unshakable. You act with intention. You think with clarity. You move with precision. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of your life. This is the essence of mastery. When chaos is transformed into order, hesitation into action, and distraction into focus, you gain what the world cannot give. You gain control, you gain power, you gain freedom. You gain the ability to command your destiny and shape your life according to your purpose. The disciplined mind is unshakable, and the unshakable always rise. From this moment, take the reins. Command your minutes, command your days, command your life. Discipline is not a restriction, it is liberation. It is the foundation, the engine, and the weapon of every great achievement. When you embrace it fully, nothing on earth can stop your rise. Your life, your dreams, your destiny, all of it begins to obey the order you create. The scattered thoughts, the endless distractions, the chaos that once controlled you, they now serve you. And in that transformation, you discover the ultimate truth. When your life is organized, when discipline governs your actions, when structure becomes habit, you do not merely survive, you conquer. The power to shape your future is in your hands. Begin now. Order, discipline, focus, these are your allies. Build them, protect them, live them. Because the moment you command your life with clarity and purpose, your destiny can no longer resist you. You are unstoppable. You are the master of your time. You are the master of your fate. You are the master of your life. Success is no longer a distant hope. It is the inevitable consequence of order, discipline, and action. The future belongs to the organized, the prepared, and the relentless. Command yourself, and the world will follow. Your rise begins now.